Did you hear about these two American students in Denmark? So this is really weird. I don't know if this is retaliation or what, or it's just meant to scare Americans. But these two American guys, I think we're in like Copenhagen or somewhere like that. And I don't know if they're on vacation or whatever, but they went out for a night and they called an Uber, and there was some problem with the Uber during the ride where the driver was paid, but they canceled the trip because they had the wrong destination or something like that. So the driver still got paid, but the driver freaked out on them. This is what they say, and that he got out of the car and started yelling at them. There was some sort of assault that happened, and these guys eventually made their way home to their hotel. But what they didn't know is the driver had called the police. And so later on, while they were getting ready to leave Denmark at the airport, the police arrested them. And it's crazy. I think this guy's from like Chicago. That's him and his mom. And he says that they were in jail until Monday, 23 hours a day in one little room with a bunk bed, like, yeah, jail. And then finally on Monday, so I think this happened, they said the end of the month, so like March 31st. So Monday they let them out of jail, but they still confiscated their passports. So they still are not allowed to leave the country until I think it's like April 24th. They're going to have a court hearing. And all of this is captured, they say, on the dash cam of the Uber. So they say that they didn't do anything to the driver, that he just freaked out thinking that he wasn't being paid, and it's like a miscommunication thing. Maybe they don't speak the same language. But the driver says that they assaulted him in the back seat of the car. They were fighting and then they assaulted him and he got out of the car or something like that. So, yeah, pretty shocking. And it seems like the reporter talked to Uber as well. But yeah, the trip was paid for, so nobody stole anything from the driver or anything like that. It seems really shocking that they're just keeping them in jail and confiscating the passport so they can't leave Denmark. And they're gonna go through this whole legal process too to keep them there. So yeah, wonder what's gonna happen in that case. You know, I wonder if they're going to release the video so we can see what happened. If they actually did misbehave or if they're like angels and we're just sitting there dumbfounded like this guy's getting pissed off about the fact that they canceled the app. I think people have that problem everywhere where they're like, okay, someone wants to cheat me by canceling the ride in the middle of the ride, right? Anyhow, like I said, I think it's like April 24th when they'll be in court. What do you think about this?